Soul Simmers, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to Wednesdays with the Waffles. In our last episode, our legacy starter sim, Jerry Waffles, passed away. Belgian tried to find a new partner and the girls had a fun time at the park meeting some new friends. That's Nutmeg and Maple. We're starting this episode off strong. Our children's ghost mom, Lana, is breaking everything in the second bathroom, meaning I had to replace the tub and the toilet twice because she seems pretty angry and just kept possessing everything. But she at least mopped up after herself, though, so that's nice. She just kept doing it though, so it was kind of redundant. She also started to make 2 vanilla cakes and only ended up finishing one of them because she just glitched out on the first one and it wouldn't let me do anything but clean it up. The second one that she kind of made in the waffle maker seemed to work though. I didn't keep it because I already have so much cake in my refrigerator, so I just threw it out and got some money from it. She seemed to calm down a little bit after that though, and then she got an embarrassed ghost moodlet. She turned yellow. I don't know why. She's not in our household, so I can't really see anything, and I don't want to add her to the household because I really don't want a ghost sim in my house because they don't really do much. And Belgian got this scared by a ghost moodlet, so I really don't want to have sims in my household because they're gonna be constantly scaring our sims. I think it takes a few days for sims to become ghosts in the game, but Cherry's ghost will probably be around eventually. Right about now it's about 6:30 in the morning, so I woke up both of the girls and had them start getting ready for school. I thought about keeping them home, but I wanted to try and go on a date with Belgian. Both of the girls ended up crying in the closet at some point during the day before school because they just miss Cherry, you know? I've really been slacking on Belgian's career. She is a yoga teacher, so I had her start a mind-concentrating yoga routine with an evocative lemon incense burning in the background with a little bit of focus music playing, but no Sims ended up showing up, so the class was canceled. And shortly after that, Maple and Nutmeg left for elementary school, so I had Belgian ask Alice from Strangerville on a creative date to Coffee Sippers, a cat cafe that I built in Newcrest a few months ago. Belgian has about 3 days before she becomes an adult in the game, so I wanted her to maybe skip on the young adults and just have her try to go for adult sims. But I wasn't able to refresh my matches yet because I had just done it the last time I played in this game and it hadn't been 12 hours yet. I picked a few social activities for the date, like be friendly and tell some jokes, grab a drink and grab some food, as well as some light physical intimacy from the created date. And then we went to Coffee Sippers. Something glitched though when I was traveling. For some reason, Maple was with us and there was no date menu, so I just took this as an opportunity to meet new Sims, and also going with the idea that Maple was just so upset that we had to pick her up from school and bring her somewhere with us because she was so distraught. It kind of makes me feel bad for Nutmeg though because she's stuck in school and Maple just left, and now her and her mom are going to this coffee place, so maybe next episode I'll have to take Nutmeg somewhere without Maple. Mostly to be fair to the Sims, I don't want to pick favorites just yet, although I am leaning towards having Maple be the heir, but I really am undecided. There's also paparazzi here because of a celebrity, so of course every single Sim was fainting and trying to get pictures of them. I also had Belgian grab a cappuccino for herself and a cannoli for Maple, just as a pick-me-up. She's had a rough day. Her grandma just died yesterday. Her sister's at school when she's not supposed to be or when she is supposed to be, and it's just all messed up, I want to say this is Thorn Bailey. I really don't know. I can't find his actual profile in my Sims known relationships, just because she didn't actually get to meet him. Then this guy from Strangerville sat down next to Maple and started staring directly at the camera, and it was really freaking me out. There wasn't even anybody talking to him. He was just talking to himself and staring at me in the camera. It's freaky. He's also bugged. That's what that little blip thingy is. Maple just kind of got up and moved to another table because she was a little creeped out. She also stole a croissant. I have no idea where she got this from. She was just hungry though, so I let her eat it. I wasn't going to take it away from her. But she did, in fact, take it from somebody else, just like her klepto mom. If you don't know, Belgian is a kleptomaniac. Maple was super interested in the celebrity though, so I had her try and introduce herself, and she got noticed by them. He kind of like does a little wave to her while he gets a bunch of photos snapped, and she just kind of says hello. And then, of course, the Strangerville Sims are just kind of flocking here. I don't know what's up with all of them, but I thought that they would be, super possessed by now. And then I noticed this Sim talking to the paparazzi. His name is Sergio Romeo. He's from the Get Together world, the bro household, and I thought that he was pretty cute, so I had Belgian go over there and introduce herself. Also, Bob and Eliza were here, so I'm just going with the idea that they wanted to keep an eye on Belgian and make sure she was doing okay. But Sergio is in the tech guru career. He's a quality assurance representative. So, we'll get to know him a little bit more. That's kind of what I'm having them do right now. He's comforting Belgian because she's upset that her mom died, obviously. And they actually gained a sentiment about that, which I think was really cool. Like, they immediately hit it off. Belgian also told him a few things about herself and like her career and financial status, which like we're pretty well off. She doesn't have a career necessarily, but she does like some freelancing work is what we told him. We also got a call from Valentina Nadir asking if we wanted to be on a TV program and have 7 perfect dates in a row while they filmed the whole thing. Belgian said that her love is not for sale, and after all she's been through, she just wants a loving partner. Because Belgian has the polite trait, she has relationships start off at a higher level with the polite introduction. So I had them get to know each other just a little bit more, and they started flirting and basically instantly hit it off. Also, Sergio is an adult, so he's probably closer to being an elder than Belgian is closer to being a young adult. I think there's a de-aging nectar that you could probably get from somewhere, maybe even like on Thrifty. It does seem like Bob is pretty upset over the death of Belgian. They had a pretty great relationship despite the falling out they had with their romance, but Bob can still be sad. I just feel bad for Bob in general because he has to be with Eliza. I also had Maple introduce herself to Bob because they didn't know each other, which is weird because Bob is her grandpa and he's definitely been around the house several times since I've had those kids. At this point, it was around 2:30 in the afternoon, so I wanted to head home before Nutmeg got home from school, just so that they were there. And because Maple missed the school day entirely, I had her start working on 2 school projects to make up for the lost work performance. Shortly after we got home, Nutmeg returned from school and went to cry it out in her bed, sad from the loss of Cherry, and probably hurt from not being pulled out of school like Maple was. While Belgian was going for a swim, I thought she was dying because she just kind of kept waving her hands up in the air. So I figured this would be a good time to just get out of the pool, just in case, and maybe have her go on a date with Sergio. So I invited him over to hang out at the house, and he ended up asking Belgian out on a date. They kind of hung out at the house for a little while, and then he asked her out on a date, which was really cool because I think that's the first time that my sim has gotten asked out on a date, while the person was still in the same room. Sometimes your sims just get, random phone calls about going out on dates, but this was, the first time I've had one just, happen randomly. Belgian and Sergio were even getting a little affectionate and, embracing and, holding hands, so that was really cute to see, too. But Sergio gave us a little rose, and it was really cute. They had a really nice little moment. But he took us to the gym in Ciudad Enamorado, which is fine because there's an indoor pool that I can have the girls go swimming in. I set some social events being friendly, working out because we're going to a gym, telling some jokes, having some physical intimacy, and some romance talk. I'm also going to just take a moment to say whoever built the gym here did a really cool job with the facade of the gym with the roof pieces that kind of make it look angular. The girls were already inside, but there was a raging werewolf that we saw transform back into a human, which scared Belgian and Sergio. I had Belgian go and do some lifting on these machines in here, and I couldn't find Sergio for like the longest time because I was just kind of trying to film the girls and Bella, and he was like upstairs hitting a punching bag. And I was like, okay, dude, that's fine. Also, sorry for that little piece of wall. I was trying to get them like jumping into the pool and like I accidentally bumped my keyboard. But they're, lapping together, which is really fun. They're actually like swimming in a line. Also, love the fact that we got curved pools now. It makes more sense to me that they would have curves because I've never seen a totally like rectangular or square pool. They always have like some sort of curved edges. As I was having Belgian and Sergio kind of get to know each other better, this guy just came up and started using the punching bag that Sergio had been using and just started like basically elbowing Sergio right in the face. He didn't seem to mind though, so that's pretty chill. They were also at a high enough romance that they could have a first kiss, so we did that. And then he asked to extend the date, which we happily agreed to. And then we changed the venue and returned back to our house. Maple and Nutmeg also gained a sentiment together. It's been wonderful to spend time with you. We've made some great memories and we'll make many more, I'm sure of it, which I thought was really, really adorable. Those girls are like the bestest of friends and I love it. Once we returned home, I sent the twins off to bed because they were exhausted, and Belgian and Sergio got the steamy romance dynamic towards each other. They basically had a full relationship bar and full romance bar in like a day and a half. I also kind of did some joking around because that was part of the create a date, though Sergio doesn't seem to mind it though. He kind of likes the joking around. Belgian is also just doing a few little sexy poses for Sergio, and I can see why they have the steamy romance dynamic towards each other. But after a little more joking around and a very passionate kiss, I had Belgian and Sergio kind of go inside and just cuddle in bed together because Belgian was getting over the death of her mom. She was getting into the area where it wasn't really affecting her that much, like the last 2 or 3 hours of the moodlet. And they also had a gold level create a date, which was really cool because I very rarely get gold level dates just in general. It is a little weird that their bed still says the left side is assigned to Lana, but we can buy them a new bed and it won't say that anymore. Or we can just build them a new house, which I've been meaning to do anyway. I kind of want to build in the new world just because I haven't really gotten the chance to play there yet. There is a bigger lot that I kind of want to build on just because I want to have a atrium in my house for the next generation just because I think it would be really cool. I think the cuddle animation is so adorable, but I wish that Sims could go from cuddling to woohooing without getting out of the bed. That's a feature that I remember having in The Sims 2. Your Sims could cuddle on top of the blankets and then they would shuffle underneath the blankets to woohoo after they were finished cuddling. Kind of like they just did right now, only they would cuddle on top of the blankets first instead of under the blankets. That's the only thing I would change about that animation. They were pretty hungry after their woohoo session, so they made some food. Sergio's making a cake, as always. And look at how he looks at her leave. I think that was a really fun thing. I don't think he did it on purpose, but it did look like it. Belgian's New Year's Eve resolution was to have a partner within 7 days. She's currently 4 days into this, so I asked Sergio to be her boyfriend, and he said yes. I'd like them to get married eventually, but not for a while. We'll focus on that later, but we did have him move in with us. He did have $20,000, but I didn't take any of it. We have about 49,320 simoleons right now, roughly, so we don't really need any other money from other people. It's after midnight, and the twins will have their birthday in less than 2 days, so we'll focus on them in the next episode. I'll probably give Sergio a little bit of a makeover between episodes and give him some new outfits and maybe change his hair or something. But if you want to see my Sim skills and where they're at now, you can check that out on the screen right about now. But that is all the time I have for this week's episode of Wednesdays with the Waffles. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop it a like and check out the other videos that are popping up on the screen right about now. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Dag dag!